How's it going? Fox here again for sound design tutorials. We're doing another little mini series. This time we're going to be going over a deep house beat that I made. Only this time I'm going to be doing all three different layers within Sylenth 1. I've done a bass, a plucky sort of lead sound, and then a pad. So I'll show you the little beat that I've made all together with all the elements in, and then I'll solo the bass patch, which is what we're going to be covering today. I'll show you that on its own, and then we'll get down to how I made it. So this is it all together. So there it is, nothing too serious. As I say, it's just a nice, relaxing sort of deep house beat. So I'll show you the bass now on its own. So there it is, it's quite an aggressive, plucky sort of bass. There is a little bit of processing I've got on here. I've got a little bit of EQ and just accentuating the mid part of the sound and a bit of saturation. I'll turn these off for now so we can make the sound from scratch. So this is a MIDI clip I've done, so nothing real straightforward. The root note was A2. So yeah, let's go ahead then. We'll menu, init the preset. So we use part A and B for this. We'll set the envelope up, the amp envelope first to give it that sort of plucky sound before we do anything else. So we want to push the decay up to about 7, pull the sustain level down to about 1.7, give it a bit of release, quite a bit, about 6. Okay, the oscillator we use for oscillator A1 part A is a tri-saw, this sort of saw square hybrid. Push the octave down to -1. Push to keep the phase level where it is, volume where it is, detune where it is, everything where it is on this one. Keep it the retrigger box on. Oscillator A2, we use just a standard saw wave. Pitch this one, actually keep this one where it is on the octave 0. We detune this one ever so slightly, push it up to about 0.5. Keep the phase where it is and pull the volume back to about 6.2, 6.3, keep the pan where it is. Push the voices for this saw wave one up to 6. Push the voices for the first one, the tri-saw, up to 8. Okay, I'll show you just these two, nothing else, no modulation. So yeah, we do modulate filter envelope for both parts A and part B, but I'll go ahead and set the other oscillators up in part B and then we'll do it all together. So we'll go to part B now. We use a saw wave for oscillator B1, turn the voices up to 4. We detune this one to keep it different from the saw wave in part A, detune it all the way around to about 2, and the phase, for the same reason, just to keep it different, push that up to about 60 degrees. Pull the volume back to about 6.95, 7. I want to pull this one down 2 octaves. This is going to give us a bit of beef to the bass. Keep it on retrigger, as I say, 4 voices. We'll invert this saw wave as well. Same reason as the rest, to keep it different from the other saw wave on part A. Set the envelope up for this quickly while we're here. This one's got a bit of a quicker decay on it, only to about 4. Sustain level's a lot lower, about 1.9. A little bit of release, about the same, 1.5, 1.9. So oscillator B2, we use a tri-saw again. Push the voices up to 6 on this one. Uncheck the retrigger box to keep it different from the other tri-saw. Same reason, we're going to detune this as well to make it different. Push it round to about 2.3. Push the phase up to about 87 degrees. Pull the volume of this all the way back to about 4, 3.9 to 4. Okay, I'll show you all 4 oscillators in, no filters, no modulation. Okay, we'll go ahead and set the filters up now. Both part A and B is a low pass filter. So just click on the box, push it up once. Pull the cutoff for part A all the way back to about 2.5 Hertz, 2.59 Hertz. Keep the resonance where it is. Give it a tiny little bit of drive up to about 0.76. This makes the sound a little bit grittier. Check this to 12 decibels per octave. We want quite a relaxing sort of slope on it. We don't want nothing too harsh. So we're going to modulate this now with an envelope. We're going to use mod envelope 1. Keep the attack all the way down to 0, and we're just going to use the decay just to give us some modulation that we want. If we push this up to about 2.7, click on this box here, cut off A, push it around, all the way around as far as it will go. Okay, I'll show you just with the modulation for the filter A. Okay, we'll go ahead back to part B. We'll set up the filter envelope for part B. Same thing, low pass filter. Pull the cutoff down to about 40 Hertz. Keep the resonance where it is. Tiny bit of drive again, about 0.7, 0.8. Keep this one on a 24 dB filter. Okay, you're going to use the same envelope as we did for this one, but we're going to give it a slightly different amount. So click on this box, cut off B. Push it around about 3 o'clock, about 6.48%. It's handy having one envelope to do both cutoff and cutoff for both cutoffs for A and B, and then you can just dial in the amount that you want for this. So yeah, any other thing I did was check the on the master filter, check the warm drive, push the resonance up ever slightly to about 0.33, and pull the cutoff back to about 56 Hertz. Okay, I'll show you both filter envelopes now in play. Right, we'll get down to the effects now. This is what really make the sound. We use distortion, so go ahead and tick the box to check the distortion. I use an overdrive, pull the amount down to about 3.8, 3.9, pull the dry wet back to about 40%. Show you quickly just the distortion. This does make a big difference. It gritters the sound up straight away. Just gives it that raspy sort of edge. I use a bit of chorus as well, so click on the chorus box, click on the little box next to it to turn it on. Chorus delay, keep it where it is, the rate where it is, the depth where it is, feedback where it is, width where it is. Just pull the dry wet back slightly, about 43.3, 44%, something like that. This really helps make the sound feel a little bit wider, although it's quite plucky, because it's quite a wide setting and the depth is pretty deep. It does make the sound feel a bit beefed up. So we use some EQ as well. Click on that, click on the box to turn it on. As it's a bass patch, I've boosted the lows to about 8.6 and push the bass frequency around to about 273 Hertz. Pull the treble back for the same reason, because it's bass patch, and the treble frequency down to about 2322, 2300 would do, somewhere around that area. Okay, I'll show you it now with the chorus and the EQ. Right, we also use a bit of delay. You can tell that straight away when you hear the sound. Go ahead, click the delay on, click the box to turn it on. The delay left and the delay right. The delay left I add on 1/8 notes, and the delay right I add on quarter notes, which gives it that ping-pongy sort of sound. Make sure the ping-pong box is checked. Keep the low cut and high cut where they are. Smear, spread. Feedback we just push up ever so slightly. This feedback sort of feeds the delay into itself, so it lasts longer after the note finishes. Push the width round to about 70%. Pull the dry wet back slightly to about 40%. Okay, with the delay on. Okay, that's it for the sound inside Sylenth. The only other thing I did was just a tiny bit of reverb. So I'd click on the box, turn it on, pull the dry wet back on the reverb to about 40%, keep the size where it is, pull the width back to 60%, no pre-delay, all the way down to 0, and push the damping up to about 6.5, something like that. Reverb, you can hear it. Most people will tell you not to put reverb on a bass, but because it's got the delay tailing off after the end of the notes, it goes really well with a little bit of reverb. So yeah, I'll play this sound through now it's finished quick, and then I'll talk about the processing that I did on the sound. So yeah, there you have it. Yeah, so the processing I did was bog standard EQing. I just tailed off the lows. Anything below 20 Hz you're not going to hear anyway. No speakers even pick it up. And I've just boosted this section. It's just the mid-pass section. Just helps increase that sort of tinny twang in the mid-range. It sits really well with sort of a plucky bass sound like this. And the saturator. This is exactly what it says. It's a kind of distortion. I always keep it on analog clip for bass sounds like this. I've pushed the drive up to 2.8, pushed the width right around to make it sound a bit lighter, and just pulled the bass level down to minus 7.43. And I'll show you it with this saturator on it. Does make a nice difference for a sound. It's a neat trick putting a saturator right at the end of everything after you've done all the EQing and that. It just helps warm the sound up, gives it that analogy sort of feel that people are craving for in this deep house scene now. So yeah, that is it for the sound. I'll play it through now with the rest of the entities, and I'll talk about the next one we're going to do quick. There it is then. So that's it for the bass patch covered. I'll quickly show you what we'll be doing in the next one, which I've called it a lead pluck. A little bit of processing on this again, nothing too fancy. I've just done a bit of mid-side EQing just to boost the width of the sound, and a little bit of a compressor just to accentuate all the effects and stuff we've got going on it. But yeah, this is the pluck we'll be doing in the next one. So yeah, really basic patch again that one is, but sometimes the simpler the patch the better for music like this. All it is two saw waves, a sine wave and a triangle wave, bit of EQing, quite a lot of reverb to help it sit in the mix a bit better. And say that little bit of mid-side EQing just to boost the stereo sound of it. So yeah, we'll be going over that in the next one anyway, but that's it for now. The bass patch is done. So yeah, as always, any questions, feel free to ask. I'll put a link to the other tutorials in the description when I've finished them. But yeah, thanks a lot. Cheers for listening. Bye.